Most people don't know how to heal themselves. I've been injured hundreds of times. I don't know if you guys could hear me. Hopefully you could. But I've been injured hundreds of times, and I've done more than the average person. Because even since I was a kid, I used to climb trees, ride my bike, go swimming on the beach alone, with no supervision. Since my father died when I was 4, since 7 years old, I've been doing it. I've been very rough. I even find it strange when I see kids crying, because I don't cry much, even when I was 7, 8, 9. Because the average kid, when they get hurt, they cry, and an adult comes to hug them. So I find it strange even right now when I watch a YouTube video or a video on Instagram where a kid get hurt and they start crying. No, because I was never like that. I didn't really have parents. Ever since my father died at 4, I've been on my own, because my mom worked a lot. She was a teacher in the Philippines, and then also, we rarely see her. In fact, we rarely see her because she works so much that our neighbor adopted us. I have a neighbor named Junior. I called him Uncle Junior. He becomes like a stepfather. He watches over us more than my own mother. My mom left when I was 7. So I find it strange when kids cry, because I never was that kind of person. I fell from a tree, nearly got, I don't know, buffaloes are scary looking animals, but they're not violent, because they always scared me when I was a kid. The water buffalo, because they're so big, dude. I remember climbing a tree, the branch broke and I fell, and then the buffalo just started sniffing on me. I thought it was gonna kill me, dude. I was like 6 years old when this happened, but I was never a cry person. What the hell was it? Okay, I'm talking about medicine. Okay, I nearly forgot my point. So the point here is that the secret to healing yourself. First, most of you guys have been lied to since you were a kid. You guys don't know the truth. The world has lied to you. So the true medicine is you. A lot of you guys have been brainwashed by the government with evolution. How a long time ago your grandmother was a frog and she evolved and she became an ape before she became a human. That's what most of you guys believe in. That's not true, because you can only make copies of your own. Humans can only make other humans. Goats can only make other goats. Birds can only make other birds. So if you have issues with your body, whatever you did with it, because you're a drug addict, you're an alcoholic, you destroyed your liver, or you're addicted to cigarette, you destroyed your lung. What you need, if you destroyed your lung, then you need your lungs to make new lung cells. Your body does that. No outside material can do that for your lungs. Only your lungs can create another lung cells, new lung cells. Not drugs, not medicine from the doctor. Your lungs is made by you, by your brain, by your mind. So if you need new lung cells, you have to build yourself. And how do you build yourself? Well, working out. Only the strong survives. I just woke up. So how do you improve your new lung cells, new drugs, new heart cells, if you damage your heart from eating too much McDonald's, whatever? Well, first you gotta need to work out, to train. Alone, privately. Again, you don't want personal trainer, but you want to do it alone on your own. However, you may need, if you're really so out of it, you let yourself go, you weigh like 800 pounds of fat. Maybe for you need a personal trainer. But for 90% of the population, the majority of us, don't need that. So only you can heal you. Is there a biblical evidence for this? Yes. The Bible has never mentioned about some herbs, some secret herbs and spices like KFC healing you. What the Bible said is God sends his men into battle and he gives them victory. It's the Lord's grace that gives them victory. So what the Bible is talking about healing is putting yourself in a battle. That's the only way you can win, is you learn how to fight. Whether your problem is cancer, bone disease, or whatever it is that the doctor brainwashed you, it can only be healed by you. But you still need God's grace for that. And as a fighter, I know that for a fact. Nothing is perfect, ever goes your way. If it does everything go your way, you'll win. But in the process of that, there's a lot of circumstances that can change the outcome. So you still need God's grace. If you don't believe in God, you need the laws of physics, whatever. So yeah, if you want to heal yourself, only you can heal yourself. If you need a new heart cells because you damaged your heart, only your heart can heal your heart. Because only heart cells reproduce heart cells. Only lung cells reproduce lung cells. Not medicine, not outside. So there are 3 things you need: love. You gotta need attention, because eventually you're gonna drain your own spirit from working out so much, and you're gonna need a water to refill. You need a refill. You need love. That's why abortion is bad. You need more kids, more people, more population, because the more people are born, the longer you live, the more medicine you have, because medicine is love from other community of people, and then building yourself. Work out alone privately, heavy weights like strong, and do it really fast, really fast. Eat good, be private, and that's it. That's all your medicine. I grew my hair that way. I cured everything that way, and I'm 44 years old. Why the world will never improve? It will never get any better. Okay, I'll give you reasons. One, when everything is designed for profit, there's gonna be, the motive is gonna be different. For instance, the police for profit. I'm not just talking about USA, I'm talking about the entire world. The method applies to the entire world, not just in America. So in America, policing is a business. Throwing people in jail is a business. Criminalizing people is a business. But they put an umbrella called safety. That's just an excuse. This is a big problem, because now there's going to be laws passed to prevent police from doing their job, because obviously the bigger criminal, the police are just as much, if not more, of a criminal than the criminal themselves. People always tell you the police are there to protect, to prevent crime. Here's the reality. I've lived in the USA for since '93. What is that? Like 30? How many years is that? 30 years? I'm not gonna think about that. My math is not that good. Let's just say over 30 years I live in the USA. The government, the police department, through tickets, has stolen. I say the word stolen because all those speeding tickets I have are superficial. They're not. I have never had an on-road accident that was my fault. None. Zero. I've driven millions of miles. Anyways, they have stolen about, I could estimate $20,000 worth of tickets. How about criminals, like, those black criminals, scary Mexican criminals you see on TV, or maybe even white trailer trash? How much have they stolen from me? I would say about, in the past 30 years, maybe $600. 500, 600. There was a time when we went to a Middle Eastern electronic repair guy, and he stole the needle. At the time, back in the 90s, I didn't know how much worth that needle was, the record needle, but it turns out they're worth about $500, and the guy stole that. So give it maybe $1,000. The actual thug has stolen from me, versus about $25,000 from the government. And so the police for profit is a big problem in USA. That now they pass laws to prevent that from happening. So now they have warrant laws, like, you can't just raid a car or a house without a warrant. But that's a lie, because they do it all the time. They've done it to me. One way they could do it is the dog sniffing scam. When they put a dog in your car or truck, supposedly the dog will do a certain behavior that would signal the police that there's drugs in your truck or house or whatever. That's a scam, because they could coach the dog to do whatever they want, because the dog is only doing what the humans want it to do. For instance, it happened to me in Arizona, where they supposedly they sniff dogs in my truck. What they want to do is they want to ransack my truck, but they have to find an excuse for it. I don't have drugs. I don't even drink coffee. I've never gotten high or done drugs my entire life. I don't even drink soda. I've never gotten drunk from alcohol. So I'm not a druggie, but the police put this dog around my truck and pretend the dog supposedly sniffs something, and they say, the dog alarmed us, there's a drug here. There's not. They didn't find anything. But see, that's the problem, because the police are in there for profit. They're in there to throw people in jail for money. They're in there for tickets. So now they're corrupt. To slow down the corruption, they passed rules to prevent the police from abusing that. It's there, but the theory is it slows them down if they are required warrant to enter your house, warrant to enter your truck. And that becomes another problem, because you have a killer that obviously killed 20 people. And as an example, he runs into the house, but the police will not go in, because not without a warrant, and they have to wait 24 hours or 48 hours for the judge to sign an executive order. And now the killer could kill everyone in that household, and there's nothing the police can do about it. So the world will never be better. That's just an example, okay? That's just one of many examples. And then you gotta think, okay, let's just say you want to abolish all the taxes, all the law, all this scam policing for profit. If you want to abolish all of that, the human animal is of the worst kind, dude. Like, people are generally evil, greedy, selfish, and people do not, like, have you ever dealt, now, a lot of teachers will understand what I'm talking about, or parents. You've dealt with a guy or a kid or a teenager that just knows no rules. He doesn't have any fear of any consequences. You want to smack him, you know? You want to smack that person. It's just an instinct. Every teacher knows what I'm talking about. Every parent knows what I'm talking about. If you're a parent and say you don't know what I'm talking about, then you haven't dealt with that person. But if you have, you'll totally understand why you want to smack a person that is not disciplined, that's kind of lawless, that would, you know, steal without any fear of repercussions. People are not worthy of it, you know, so the world will never be better. Now, when people, the best thing we could do in this earth, of course, love one another, earn what you want, forgive, things like that, obviously. For me, that's how I see it. Now, a lot of people are, I live in USA, so I'll give USA as an example. There's a lot of poor white people in America now, and they're looking out for a hero to fulfill their heart's desire. Like they have the desire to make their life better, to have a house, a better paying job. That's what their heart desire. When this happens, they're looking for a hero. Donald Trump becomes one of them. And then let's go back in history. Let's just pretend, and I know it's an overused word. They call it Trump a Nazi. We've seen that over and over again everywhere in the media. But let's just, for the sake of the argument, to make a point, let's just go back to Germany, because the same thing happened. You know, there was a lot of complaints about poverty. The typical Germans were not getting what they want. You know, and then Hitler promised to fulfill that for them. Did Hitler fulfill his promise? What happened? Even if Germany didn't lose, even if they beat everyone, beat USA, the end result was really millions of German soldiers dead. So even if Germany succeeded their goal of world domination, there were a lot of, the consequences was millions of fatality. A lot of German soldiers died. So every German citizens who complied to Hitler to make their life better end up making it worse. And that's just the story of the human species on planet Earth. So if you want to make a better life for yourself, don't think it's going to happen in this lifetime. You have a fake dream, illusion. The world is an illusion. It's a dust in the wind. I mentioned before to my former friends, former lovers, that being a millionaire is a scam. You know, the title itself is what do you call that? Unbelievable. You know, if you grew up watching the media all your life, you could never possibly think that the word millionaire is a scam and that is not going to really fulfill what you think it will. But it is. Because happiness comes from fulfillment of love inside. And when you become millionaire, in order to really fulfill your lust, the lust of your flesh, you have to cut off the people that are currently in your life. There's a lot of cut off that you have to do in order to fulfill your flesh desire. That's why a lot of millionaires got murdered, they got killed. And for those that didn't get killed, it didn't make their life much different than it was prior. At least if you're in the USA. I'm not talking about, if you were in like third world country, then a lottery would definitely benefit you. But if you're already in America, a lot of us are already living that million dollar lifestyle and not realizing it. And so, for instance, the improvisation that I see in my life is not really the lack of financial problem, but it's more like the lack of strength, the lack of what I call dedication on my behalf to overcome. Because even if I have $10 billion right now, I will still have to overcome my inner demons. And money is not going to do that for you, you know? And here we go. Now, this is the last topic. Now, if you're a billionaire and you don't know how to overcome your inner demons, you're going to go to the medical professions, the experts that you assume knows better than you. That's a problem because, again, it goes back from the beginning where I said everything is made for profit. Because the medical industry or the medicine industry is for profit. It's all about making money, making profit. They suppress the actual medicine. The one that truly helps you is not in public, it's not available. Because if they have the actual medicine, then they can make money from it. You know, once they heal you, you're never going to come back to them. Right? It's no different than cars. A truck driver was asked, what good trucks do they make nowadays? Is it Peterbilt? Is it Freightliner? Is it, Kenworth? This truck driver who's been around this industry for 40 plus years, maybe longer, said none. Not one of them makes a good truck. Because their goal to sell product is to get you guys to keep coming back to them. And that's different. And that's the same. I'm sorry. That's the same for the medical industry, for the policing, for the government. It's all about profit. They want ownership. What the medical industry would probably do, for instance, you're gonna complain that you have a kidney issue. Since they don't know how to heal you, because really they don't know how to cure anyone. Their solution is to remove your kidney and then sell you a product that becomes dependent on them. So they'll remove your kidney and then give you dialysis. So now you're addicted to their machine forever. You can't go anywhere without carrying a machine. And the same thing with the drugs. They don't really know how to cure you. They'll sell you a product to become addicted to their product. That's the same thing in everything. Medicine, mechanical issues, whether it's your truck, car, even the housing issue. They don't really want to make a product that lasts. It is not for their own interest. So this is why the world will never be a better place. Now, the only way to make it a better place is to really separate bad people, greedy, evil people from good people. And only God can do that. No human can do that. No human can have the power. Such power is required to be able to separate the bad people, greedy, evil people from good people. We call that the judgment day. So we just have to wait for our Creator to do His job, His role on our creation. As of now, guys, carry your cross. The world will never be a better place. Trump is not your hero. He's human. He's not gonna make your life any better. Okay? Peace.